day. Did you have to mow? I know I did. It's the unofficial kickoff of summer, Memorial Day weekend. Kind of a strange, which we've been saying that for a while, how everything is kind of strange of how we're having to deal with things. But one thing, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and we were talking about the unofficial kickoff of summer, but it is the official kickoff of humidity. At least for us. I know there's lots of areas that kind of hold on to that humidity year-round, but boy, it picks up pretty good here in the Midwest, especially around this time, and I can feel it. But yeah, went out, got some mowing done this morning, and before some rain, we're supposed to get some rain, just like every year, Memorial Day weekend. They always call for rain, and you either get rain, storms, or you just get really hot and humid temperatures. And we've kind of it's been an overcast, so it's not really getting the storms that we would normally get, but I mean, it has been raining. Not getting a lot of sun, and I need to get some, though. Threw out some tomato plants last weekend, and not looking very good. So hopefully that sun's going to start popping out this week, and maybe get those things to grow. So hopefully you're having some luck with your garden. I actually just talking with a friend last night, and they planted too early and got hit by the late frost that we had, the late freeze we had this spring, and then they had to go in and redo their garden. It can happen. He was saying all the years he'd never got frosted out. This was his first time. So, Proverbs 24 says, "Be not envious of evil men, nor desire to be with them, for their hearts desire violence, and their lips talk of trouble. By wisdom of a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all the precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is full of strength, and a man of knowledge enhances his might. For by wise guidance you can wage your war, and in abundance of counselors there is victory. Wisdom is too high for a fool, and in the gate he does not open his mouth. Whoever plans to do evil will be called a schemer. The devising of folly is sin, and the scoffer is an abomination to mankind. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Rescue those who are being taken away from death. Hold back those who are stumbling to the slaughter. If you say, 'Behold, we did not know this,' does not he who weighs the heart perceive it? Does he who keeps watch over your soul know it? And will he not repay man according to his work? My son, eat honey, for it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Know that wisdom is such to your soul. If you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Lie not in wait as a wicked man against the dwellings of the righteous. Do no violence at home. Do no violence to his home. For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. Do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and let your heart be glad when he stumbles. Let not your heart be glad when he stumbles. Lest the Lord see it and be displeased and turn away his anger from him. Fret not yourselves because of evildoers, and be not envious of the wicked. For the evil man has no future. The lamp of the wicked will be put out. My son, fear the Lord and the king, and do not join with those who do otherwise. For disaster will arise suddenly from them, and who knows the ruin that will come from them both. These are also sayings of the wise, partially in judging is not good. Whoever says to the wicked, "You are in the right," will be cursed by peoples, abhorred by nations. But those who rebuke the wicked will have delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. Whosoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that build your house. Be not a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Do not say, "I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for what he has done." I passed by the field of a sluggard, by the vineyard of a man lacking sense. And behold, it was all overgrown with thorns. The ground was covered with nettles, and its stone wall was broken down. Then I saw and considered it. I looked and received instruction. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. Proverbs 24. Each one really has its own definition, piece of guidance. A lot of it really comes down to of not being envious. Do not envy others, especially those that do evil. Be wise. Use understanding, knowledge, because all those pieces work together. Be there for one another. And again, even if it is your enemy, do not hate them. Do not wish bad against them. And that's a hard one, especially when you're dealing at work every day and you have people that they seem to not be getting anything done, but yet they keep getting the praise and the accolades and the promotions, and you're there working hard and you feel like nothing's being done about it, noticed. I know that because I've dealt with that many a years. But I also have to understand that I'm not, even though I am kind of doing that for them. I mean, I am, because you're working for who you're working for them to be successful and to move on. But I'm still doing it for me because I want to be proud of what I am doing. And even those that believe, or, when you read scripture, it says, do it for God. You're working for God. You're not working for your boss. You're even though they might not be respecting what you're doing or noticing what you're doing, God is. Others are. I know for me, I go through a lot of things, been going through a lot of things for many years, doing things and working my tail off. And for the most part, I should say never, but it has not always paid off for me. But there's been a lot of people that have noticed it and have made comments about it. And it has inspired them, motivated them, encouraged them to be better, to be stronger. I mean, that was one of the things that they talked about during this whole virus shutdown. While you're sitting at home, working from home, not being able to work, were you taking that time to learn a new skill, to brush up on your skills, to make them even better, to hone them? I'll admit it, I did a little, but not the best. Of course, I did get, the podcast back up and rolling again. So, I mean, there's been a few things, but what have you done? How have you taken that time to really better yourself over the last 90 days, couple months? I guess we are pushing that 90 day, getting pretty close there. But we always have to, and I've mentioned it, how we are always needing to grow. We're always needing to learn, always needing to do better. Again, we want to be better today than we were yesterday. Tomorrow we want to be better than we were today. You do that by learning something, even if it's one little nugget, learning something new each day. Some people have said, I took this time to learn a new language. There have even been, I know around here in Iowa, there was a community college in eastern Iowa. I can't remember. I think it was Blackhawk College. I can't remember. But anyway, it was a community college. They're actually offering free classes during this time. Just a handful. It's not a lot, but a lot of them are, like WordPress for website building, and there was, I think, some marketing stuff, and like I said, it was like 6 classes. I think it wasn't a lot, but it was a few. But they were things that really could help people grow to do better and be better, to really gain some stronger skills for what they're doing or what they're going to be doing. Again, we know, we're reading, we're looking at the unemployment rate, and it's the highest it's ever been. We are finally starting to see places opening up, so people are starting to get back to work. But even then, they're just lightening the restrictions. It's not full bore. I mean, I know that for me, the gyms opened up last week here, so I was able to go to the gym every day last week because I have not been. I've been running or walking the neighborhood, but I haven't been to the gym since March. And so now I'm able to go. And it was interesting going because not that it was ever really busy, especially at the times that I went before, but it was interesting how it still is not. One of my other podcasts is where I do interviews with people. And with one of those, I almost want to talk to a doctor because I found it interesting. When you're working out and doing cardio, it can get hard to breathe just because you're trying to get oxygen and, you're out of breath, you're running. And I saw someone on a treadmill with a mask. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine. I get it. But I know for me, if I were to do that, I'm having issues enough just trying to breathe. And I almost wonder how healthy that is. We keep hearing both sides of the story, how masks do this and then how masks do not do this. And nobody seems to have the right answer or the correct answer because they have ways to prove either. And I've said it from the beginning, this is such a catch-22. I would not want to be a person to make a decision because you're not right and you're not wrong, because it does not matter what that decision is. Right now, I know for us, there's the question for the Iowa State Fair, which we're going to know in the next couple weeks if it's going to happen or not, or if it does, how it's going to happen. But in the meantime, last week, they just announced that the Minnesota State Fair was canceled. Was it the Wisconsin Summerfest or Milwaukee Summerfest? It's one of their huge events that they do. That was actually, canceled a month ago. I don't want to be in that position because whatever answer or decision they come up with, someone's going to be mad. A group, a lot. You will be chastised either way you go. Our governor being chastised for the decisions that she's making. Other governors being chastised for the decisions that they're making. But at the same time, we all know when you're trying to help people to be better, we can't stay shut down forever. We all still have bills to pay. We all still need to be able to do things. And when things are shut down, how is that going to go? We're already past recession, on our way towards a depression. Now more than ever, we're going to have to really be there to help others be the best that they can be. I'm going to have to work really hard, harder than usual, to become better, to really hold that to go forward. We're really not sure how this is all going to play out, but we know it's going to be a slow journey. It's going to be a while. We're going to be dealing with this. Well, as they say, it's not going away. But then the decisions that have already been made, they're talking at least a 2-year impact, if not longer. We have to decide how we are going to help one another, how we're going to gain that wisdom to build something, how we're going to use the understanding to establish what we've built, and then how we're going to fill that with knowledge to make it rich, successful, make myself successful. I'm not always talking money, just with me and my mind, and we've had this conversation. It's, for me, a lot of that work is just trying to think better of myself. Again, I want to be better today than I was yesterday. Tomorrow, I want to be better than I am today. It's that ongoing journey that we'll be dealing with, and we're always dealing with. No matter what we're going through, that is always part of that journey. Being the best that I can be, helping others to then inspire them, motivate them, encourage them. And sometimes I've noticed, because people have said it, I don't even realize it's happening until they say something to me about it. Proverbs 24, that's what I looked at today. As I always say, read it for yourself. What does it speak to you where you are? Mentally, physically, spiritually, however you're going to take that. You know, we always are wanting to work on ourselves every day. Body, mind, and soul. Getting the amount of sleep that you need. Getting the exercise you need. Using your mind. You know, exercising every muscle that you have to strengthen it, to keep it strong. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.